Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Temple Akiba of Culver City. We're so glad you're here for our Shabbat morning service, during which Maya is becoming a bat mitzvah. We are so glad that we are all here celebrating together. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro, here with Cantor Lonnie Freilich, and we welcome you. We would like to ask that you please make sure that your phones are on the silent mode so that we don't get interrupted. And we're also going to humbly ask that you please refrain from using the phones to take photos. We have a designated photographer here so that the rest of us don't need to pull out our phones to capture any special moment. We promise you those moments will be captured.
Maya will be leading us through almost our entire service this morning alongside the rabbi and myself, and we'd love for you to participate. So even though she's our prayer leader, we'd love for you to sing with us, to join with us in our songs and in our prayers. So in order to do that, we are going to ask for you, if you haven't done so already, to take out the small blue prayer books. It says Mishkan Tefillah. You can find it in the seat pockets either in front of you or behind you. And we'll be calling out the page numbers as we move through the service. And when you open the book, you'll see the Hebrew on the right-hand side of the page, transliteration on the left, and then the translation underneath each prayer. And I always say, even if you're not sure of the Hebrew, you can still participate, you can still join with us. You can just sing la, 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 or there's times where we're gonna have some hand movements, so you can join in with that. So the more you can participate, the more we are showing our love for Maya.
We're going to open with the singing of Hine Matov. It's on page 72.
70.
Thank you. It's on page 70. And this song, this prayer means how wonderful it is that we're here together as family. We turn now to page 72, and we're going to invite Maya along with Sherry and Joshua and Marcy to come forward for the presentation of the Talit. Again, page 72.
As I wrap myself in the Talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes.
Maya, we have a special program that you and so many of your classmates have participated in called the Golden Chai Award Program, where we ask for our young people to go above and beyond the studying of prayers and writing of a speech, but we ask you to learn what it means to be an adult in the Jewish community. So in addition to studying Torah and greeting people as they come in by welcoming the stranger and reading a Jewish book and doing many other things for the community, you also did some volunteer work outside of the walls of Temple Akiva. And I believe the organization was called Wags and Walks, or Wogs and Wax. In any event, you volunteered your time walking dogs so that they could get their energy out and that they could have a better life for themselves so that their love that animals intrinsically have could be captured and paralleled with what you give. That's just a small example of what you do to make our world a little bit better. And we know that you're going to continue in the way that only you can to go out there and make the world safer and more wonderful for all of us. So on this day, we present you with the Golden Chai Award, and we'll put it here so that everyone can see the gold that is in your heart as well. Let's give her another mazel tov, everyone. And we mark moments like this, not only earning the Golden Chai Award, but also putting on your own talit for the first time as a Jewish adult. We mark these moments with the Shehechianu. If we turn to page 344, we can follow along with this prayer, which acknowledges that we've reached this awesome time in our lives.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh.
Turning back to page 84, we have blessings that are called Nisim B'chol Yom, the miracles for every day, and it's a reminder that within our grasp are miracles that we can just harness. Maya will be chanting these for us in Hebrew, and we can respond by singing Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat horin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozir Yisrael b'Gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Otir Yisrael b'Tifara.
Amen.
Continuing now on page 106 with our Chatzi Kaddish.
V'ikadal v'ikadash Shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'amadi v'ahirteyam likmahute B'hayehon u'vyomechon u'chaye b'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'gala ba'gala u'v'zman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam olamei amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach Yishkabar Vitramar Vitraman Vinase Vitadar Vitale Vitalal Shmei Dekudashah Brichu Le'aman Mikakol Birhata V'shirata Tush Behata V'nehemata Damiri Rammelha V'meru. Amen.
Our formal call to worship is the Baruch Hu. It's on page 108. We invite all who are able to please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch
Adonai HaMevorach
Le'olam
Va'ed. We're going to continue on page 110 with a prayer called Yotzer. It's about the beauty of creation. On the top of the page, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvarei choshech Osei shalom uvarei et hakol Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim Uvetuvo mechadesh B'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai Kulam b'chochma asita Mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha Tibarach Adonai Eloheinu Al shevach ba'aseh yadecha Va'al ba'orei or she'asita Yifa'arucha sela Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir V'nizkeh chulanu mehera le'oro Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer ha'ma'orot. On pages 114 and 115, we come to the watchword of our faith, Shema Yisrael. At Temple Akiba, we enter this prayer by making the letter Shin with our fingers. That's the first letter in the word Shema. And we cover our eyes.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated, everyone. We're going to continue with our V'ahavta prayer, a prayer about love, and we are on page 116.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha V'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiteha b'veiteha u'leteha v'derek Ushobeha uvkumeha, ukshartam le'o al yadeha, v'hayu letotafo beineneha, uktavtam hamizizo beiteha, ufi shareha, leman tiskeru, vasitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yatem kedoshim lalhehem, ani Adonai Elohehem, Asher hotzeti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lahem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohehem.
Maya, take a moment to just look at how much your family is smiling at you. Wow. So our next prayer is our prayer of freedom, and the way we do this here is by dancing. We invite you to follow our 7th graders to grab a tambourine, and we're going to fill this space with song and dance with Miriam's song. If you'd like the words, it's on page 342, page 342, but we really encourage everyone to come forward to grab a tambourine and to fill this space with dancing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and the women dancing with their timbers followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to one who we can call. Miriam and the women dancing the whole night long. And Miriam, girl, sing like me. With happy sweet she won't be told. Sing like Mary. Every man, oh, what a touch this day. Five, six, seven, eight, and the ladies dancing with their timbals. Follow Miriam as she sing a song to one who we can talk to. Miriam alone dancing the whole night long. And Miriam told on the joys of days come to see. Oh, wonder of this circle Jesus seems to be. Who was above this true heart, prison out their hand, and you will pass the freedom and life to the promised land. Five, six, seven, eight, and the women dancing with their timbals followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to one who we can call to. Miriam alone dancing the whole night long. And Miriam and all the men followed her to the land. And Miriam raised we've just fulfilled a miracle, we're going to dance tonight. 5, 6, 7, 8, and the women dancing with their timbals followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to one who we can call to. Miriam and the women dancing the whole night long. Yikamoka, 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 one more time there, and the women dancing with their timbals followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we can call to. Miriam alone dance and sing the whole night long. All right, friends, we're going to continue back in our prayer books on page 124 with the Amidah section of our service. We invite you again to please rise. Again, page 124.
Adonai sefater tifta ufia gitehilateha. Adonai, open now my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah. Ha-El Hagadol Hagibor Ve'anora, El Yam, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zoher Hasei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gulav Nivnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Tagibor le'olam Adonai, Mehayeh hatolata, Rav lehoshia, Mehayeh haim behesed, Mehaye hakol berahamin rovin. So magnoflim berahe holim. Umatir rasurim. Umehaye mumato. Lishene afar. Mihamo haba agavuru. Mijo mela. Melech me mi tu mehaye. Umat miak Yeshua, v'neiman hatala hayotako, baruch atah Adonai mehaye hakol. Mekadesh Yeshua ba'olam, keshem shemakdishim oto b'shem ha'olam, kakatu ayom
We're going to take a moment for our own private prayers. We can use the prayer books as a guide between pages 134 and 142. You can also just take a moment to think about the prayers and the liturgy of your own hearts. And when you're finished with your own private prayer, you may be seated. time has a strange way of getting by us. I close my eyes, and Maya, it seems like just a blink of an eye that we had your baby naming. And watching you grow over these years has made all of our lives better. And so between that time, 13 years ago, and today, not only have you blossomed, but you've deepened. And now, as we enter Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah, you're going to demonstrate to your family and the congregation who's here how you can take a document that's 3,500 years old and have it make sense to us today through your intellect, through your soul, and through your being. In order for this to happen, we need the Ark to open so we can take the Torah out. So we're going to invite forward Winnie and Teddy Newman, Owen Hess, Kimmy Weissman, Holden Rottenberg, and Michael and Stephanie Mandelberg. All right, I mentioned like a million names. I see 2 people coming up. We're going to, and Maya, we need you as well, and we'd like the congregation to rise. We're on page 244, 244. All right, kids, come this way.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai himloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom av harachamim heitiv avitzoncha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Levad batachnu melech el ram v'nitha Adon olamim.
One, two, three.
Maya!
All right. Everyone except Maya can go back to your seats. Thank you so much. Got it?
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato.
We're now going to call forward the generations of your family. We're going to hand Torah to you, just like Moses handed it to Joshua. It's going to come into your arms today. And so we invite forward Steve Quinn and Ellie Sherman Quinn, David and Amy Newman, and Joshua and Marcy and Sherry. Lador Vador, from generation to generation, this document has come down through the ages. Maya, today, you're standing here as a descendant. Someday you'll be an ancestor, because this beautiful, beautiful document will continue through you because you're here today.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, nagi god lecha, ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushatcha, nahakdish.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Galilei Adonai iti niromema shemo yachdav. Follow us.
Al-Shlosha Devarim. Al-Shlosha Devarim. Al-Shlosha Devarim. Ha'olam, ha'olam, omen. Al-Shlosha Devarim. Al-Shlosha Devarim. Ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam, omen. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam, omen. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim. Torah li, Torah li, Torah sheli. Torah li, Torah li, Torah sheli. Torah. Torah sheli. Please be seated, everyone. Torah, Torah sheli. Friends, we're going to ask that you take your Sidurim, your prayer books, and put them to the side, and you'll find in the seats in front of you the larger Chumash, the Torah commentary, which we can follow along with the Torah reading. We can open up to page 819, page 819, and we're going to be calling forward a number of honors called aliyot. And you'll be offering blessings before and after each Torah reading. When you come up, we're going to ask that you stand, please, to my left, keeping in mind that we've got a handrail and a ramp. Come whichever way is going to be easiest for you. And while you'll be here for your aliyah, blessing before and after, when you're finished, you're not going to go back to your seats. You'll go over, stand the bima, but go over to the cantor side, and you'll be up here for the next aliyah as well. So for our first aliyah, we invite forward Nora, Sawyer, Libby, and Hannah. Right. Oh, and Lillian, thank you. And Lillian. Ya'amdu Leah Malka bat Simcha Baruch v'Yisraela v'Tikva bat Leah Malka v'Yisraela bat Leah Malka v'Chana v'Levana. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're so glad that you're here.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai El Moshe Emor El HaKohanim B'nei Aharon V'amarta Alehem Lenefesh Lo Yitama Be'amav Ki Im Lishero HaKarov Elav Laimo Ula Aviv V'livno Ula Vito Ula Ahiv.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
For our second Aliyah, we invite forward Edward Newman, Kendall Newman, Evan Hess, and Christina Hess. Shabbat shalom, right. Wait a minute, there's a fifth one. Are you the, what was your name, sweetie? What's that? Winnie. Hold on. And Winnie.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach li'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Velahoto habetula hakrova elav asher lo hayita leish laitama ba'al be'amav lehe halo.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Mr. Claus, everyone. Thank you so much. You're going to come over to this side. Oh, wait a minute. For our third Aliyah, we invite forward the Jaffe family, Paul, Camille, Ian, and Yvette. Ya'amdu etel Nadov, Ilan, v'Chava. Welcome home. I'm so glad you're all here. You guys all set? 1, 2, ready, go.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Lo yikrahu korha berosham uvat zekanam lo yegalehu uviv saram lo yisretu saratet kedoshim mihiu lelo hehem velo yehalelu shem Elohehem ki edishe Adonai lehem Elohehem hem makrivim v'hayu kodesh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
For our fourth Aliyah, we invite forward Amy and David Newman.
Okay. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'elam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarah L'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'achal banu mikol ha'amin v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Adonai notana Torah.
Amen.
Isha zona v'halala lo yikahu v'isha gerusha meisha lo yikahu ki kadosh hu lelohav v'ki dashto ki etlehem Eloheha hu makriv kadosh yihi Allah ki kadosh ani Adonai mekadishem.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'chutenu. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
For our fifth Aliyah, we invite forward Sherry, Ellie, and Steve. Ya'amdu Sara etafega v'simcha baruch.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'elam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorah Le'elam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Uva ish kohen ki teheliznot et aviha hi mehalelet ba'esh tisaref v'hakohen hagadol me'ehav asher yitzak al rosho shemen hamisha umile et yado lielbosh et habegadim et rosho lo yifra uvgadav lo yifrom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam natan to'inu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Want to make sure we're all on the right page. We're now on 820 at verse 11, so 3 verses down. And for our sixth Aliyah, we invite forward Joshua and Marcy.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'elam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'al kol nafshot met lo yavo le'aviv olimo lo yitama umin hamikdash lo yetze ve'lo yehalel et Mikdash Elohav Ki Nezer Shemen Hamishad Elohav Allah Ani Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tzochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Ta'amod, habachura bat mitzvah. We now invite the bat mitzvah herself, Matea L'Shem bat Sarah v'Yoshua. We now invite Maya for her bat mitzvah aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Vehu isha vivtu leha yikah, amana ugrusha v'kalala zona, e'ele lo yikah ki imbetula me'amav ki yikah isha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach.
Whoa, you're there.
We're going to lift the Torah so you can see what Maya so beautifully chanted, how she so beautifully chanted. And as we lift it, we ask the congregation that you please rise once again.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Please be seated, everyone. We're still in our larger Torah commentary book, and we're going to continue with the section from the prophets known as the Haftarah. This week, the corresponding prophetic portion is found in the book of Ezekiel. And we can follow along on page 846, but Maya will begin with the blessing beforehand, which is not in these books.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Aboher b'Torah u'Moshe avto u'Yisrael amo u'v'nvi'ei hamet v'tzedek v'hakohanim havim b'nai tzadok asher shamru et ishmeret mikdashi bi'ot b'nei Israel me'alai hema yikrevu elai lesharteni ve'amdu lefanai lahakriv li levadam Ne'um Adonai Elohim. Hema Yavaru El Mikdashi. Vehema Yikravu El Shohani Lesharteni. Veshamru Et Ishmarti. Vehaya Bevoam Et Isharei Hatzer Hapnimi Big Day Fishtim Yobashu Velo Ya'ale Alehem Tzemer Beshertam Besha'arei Het Hatzer Hapnimi Vevaita Pa'are Fishtim Yehu Al Rosham Al Mishnesei Fishtim Yehiyu Al Matnihem Lo Yagru Bayatza.
In just a moment, Maya will be offering the blessing after the Haftarah. During this time, our seventh graders will be handing out candies that are meant. The intent of these candies is to lovingly shower the Bima with them once she is finished with the chanting. We're not hurling them. This is not baseball practice, but this is a show of love and support. But she'll be offering a prayer, so we want people to make sure that you are focused on Maya now. Are you ready? Go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kahol olamim tzadik behol hadarot ha'el haneman ha'omer be'osei ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah HaNevi'im ve'ayom HaShabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'linuha lekavod ulitefaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu enakmodim la umbra Shimha lefikol hai tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
All right, all who are young at heart, come and pick up the candy. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mine.
Thanks, Lex. Yeah.
Everyone, let's take a deep breath. And if you can just make sure these are put far away, because that crinkling sound goes everywhere. And we'd prefer you not to eat in the sanctuary anyway. So stick it somewhere and enjoy it afterward. And take another deep breath. If you put your chumash, the larger books, away and take your sidurim, the prayer books, back out, if we open to page 253, 253, we have an opportunity to take the joy and the strength that we're feeling and remember that there are those who aren't able to feel that right now. And so we have a prayer for healing, a prayer for wholeness, a prayer for a special embrace. We're going to sing together the first part of the prayer, but at the center there's a moment where my eyes will meet yours, and if there are names of people you know who could use an extra hug, please share those names out loud.
Mikor
As we prepare to place the Torah back into the ark, we invite forward Felicia Zigman, Julie Bowen, Liz Lewine to come forward to open the ark. We're on page 256. We invite the congregation to rise.
And Maya.
We need you as well up here. Again, page 256. Ki lekach tov natati lahem torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you a good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah.
It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom,
It is a tree.
shalom, shalom.
It's not a bush.
Shalom, shalom, tree of shalom, shalom.
It's Chaim Hile Machazikim Avetomecha Neushar. It's Chaim Hile Machazikim Avetomecha Neushar.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated, everyone, except for Maya. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you all for coming. Becoming a bat mitzvah takes a lot of effort and perseverance. It means to become part of the Jewish chain like the people before you, and it feels really good to have that accomplishment. My Torah portion and more takes place in the book of Leviticus, where the Israelites are on their 40-year journey from Egypt to Israel. God tells Moses to speak to Aaron and his children, and they talk about what it means to become a people. The Torah also talks about Jewish practices, such as Shabbat, Passover, Shavuot, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. One of these holidays that sticks out to me is Yom Kippur. That's because on Yom Kippur we seek forgiveness and we want to make things right. I understand this because when I get into an argument, I like to resolve things right away without waiting. Amor means speak. I believe that this word alone teaches that we are supposed to communicate effectively, which means not interrupting and really listening to people what have to say and using that to make things better in life. I listen to people and what they want, and I talk about what I want while also being supportive. Judaism means that I go to Hebrew school, participate in Jewish events, have Jewish beliefs, and have a bat mitzvah, which I'm completing right now. I want to thank the rabbi for helping me prepare the speech, Cantor Liz for tutoring me, Cantor Lonnie for being super helpful, the sisterhood and men's group for the gifts, my grandpa and grandma for introducing my family to the temple and spending time with me almost every week since I was born, Marcy for always being there for me and talking with me even if I'm saying really weird things, and of course for taking me to Target. My dad for always making me laugh, have fun, going camping with me, and reminding me that I can do anything I set my mind to except getting a cat at his house. My mom for being so fun, remembering small things, making choices in my favor, and always being loving. My friends, old and new, for making me smile at our inside jokes and laugh about how crazy they are. And all of you for coming here to celebrate my bat mitzvah. Thank you.
Maya,
Already?
I promised this would not happen. Maya, from the moment you were born, I fell in love. I could see you were patient, curious, and observant. Even as thank you. Even as a newborn, you notice things in your own thoughtful way. Those qualities have stayed with you and are a big part of what makes you so special. You have always had a kind and patient heart. You sense when someone needs gentleness and show care in quiet ways. If anyone doubts your patience, you even taught me how to crochet, something I never imagined I could do. That calm encouragement says so much about who you are. You are endlessly curious and imaginative. I have spent many car rides watching you gaze out the window, creating entire worlds in your mind. Your creativity and wonder show up in everything you do. Your friendships mean everything to you. You are fiercely loyal, always listening, supporting, and thinking of little ways to make your friends feel special. The thoughtfulness you bring to your friendships reflects the kindness you carry into every part of your life. You also have a deep love for animals. It made perfect sense that your Mitzvah project focused on helping them. Volunteering together with rescue dogs has become meaningful time we share together, and something I truly cherish. And somehow, as lifelong cat people, we have officially become dog people. But we're not going to tell our cats, Luna
Never.
and Mona. Your Hebrew name means precious gift from God. You truly are my miracle. And I thank God every day for blessing me with you. Today you're wearing the necklace Grandma Ellie and Grandpa Steve gave you with your Hebrew name on it. Seeing you wear it feels especially meaningful, a reminder of where you come from and how deeply you are loved, and the beautiful Jewish identity you carry with me. Maya, you are strong, compassionate, and full of heart. Thank you for warming my heart every day, for showing me a love I never knew was possible, for the laughter you bring into my life. Thank you for being my favorite game partner and my favorite person to sing Hamilton with. And thank you for teaching me how to be a better person just by being you. I love you so much, and I am so proud of you today and always.
Hi. Maya, my speech is inspired by your favorite musical, Hamilton. You ready? 5, 6, 7. I would never sing. But I will share how I feel about you happily. Maya, you have clearly put in so much work in preparation for today. Look around, your bat mitzvah is happening in New York, well, Culver City. I'm offbeat, that's nothing new, and yet I know you would never say no to this. But today is about your voice that I've witnessed become stronger through improv, pour-on plays, and preparing for today. Maya, there's so much I admire about you, including how patient and present you are, how actively and compassionately you listen to support and understand others, and that you express yourself so respectfully. I've seen you navigate changes so effortlessly, like starting a new school, and embrace new opportunities like trying out for softball. You love to learn, lead with curiosity, and possess a quiet confidence which comes across to me like, I'll figure it out. I'm smart, I'm learning, and I'm having fun in the process. Plus, you know after watching A League of Their Own that there's no crying in baseball. So, number 16, you're already ahead in the game of life in more ways than you know. Beyond your voice, I also hear and observe you demonstrating socially that what's popular isn't always right, and what's right isn't always popular. You've shared stories in particular of being at sleepaway camp and former schools about standing up for others. You are observant, loyal, helpful, and empathetic. You've moved away from people who don't match your values and have surrounded yourself with friends that do. The friends that we attract and keep are a true reflection of who we are, and yours are just as silly, spirited, creative, and caring. Shout out to all the girls over here. And now back to history. Not as far back as Hamilton, but you get the idea. Years ago, we were headed home after spending the holidays at Uncle Ed's and Aunt Kendall's. It was late and past your bedtime. You were 5 at the time, and while your dad was parking the car, you and I were walking up the stairs when you turned to me and said, I love you. You surprised me, and awkwardly I responded with a shy thank you. I didn't know you felt that way. In retelling the story to my mother, she replied with, "You said thank you?" Well, in the spirit of improv, yes, and I was still figuring out my place in your world and in your family. I've always chosen to follow your lead, respect your wishes, and with time have felt how much you value our special relationship like I do. Maya, you've always communicated so clearly and maturely. People know where they stand with you and how you feel about them. And that night on the stairs, I knew where I stood with you. Now, standing here with you 8 years later, I get to express my love for you in a space that is full of love for you, especially by your cousins who call your name a dozen times and run to you the minute you walk in the door. Where's Maya? Whenever we walk up without you. Those piggyback rides have paid off. So to close, I feel grateful to be in the room where it happens, where you become a bat mitzvah and demonstrate your intelligence, character, and voice for all of us to celebrate. So I'm not throwing away my shot to tell you how kind, loving, and good-natured you are. So in keeping with the theme of your love for theater and, of course, New York City, and because you've seen it live on Broadway, in the words of one of my favorite musicals, Wicked, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Mazel tov, I love you.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Good morning, everybody. Rabbi Cantor Lonnie, Cantor Liz, wherever you're hiding in the back, thank you all for your tutors and your teaching. Every single person who made the trip here today, we really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I kind of want to get this out of the way. Everyone in this room already knows exactly how wonderful Maya is. You don't need me to convince you of that. What I'd like to do is share a few things that you might not know. The small, specific things that make her truly extraordinary. No, not tomato or lettuce, no. Before Maya was born, I had two massive fears about having her. Not about her health, and certainly not about her sleep schedule. No, I was worried that she might not have a sense of humor, and I was worried that she might hate animals. This matters because her mother had me paint Maya's nursery blue, gray, and yellow, and then we covered the place in animals, every wall. If Maya came out disliking animals, she would have been waking up surrounded by her own personal nightmare every night. And if she had no sense of humor, well, I wasn't sure that either of us would really survive each other. Both fears, obviously, almost immediately disappeared. She's arrived, and she arrived with a full personality and a perfect little tiger stripe right down the center of her nose. Those early years gave me some of my favorite memories of her. On the way to Mommy and Me classes, I'd push her stroller, shaped like a shark. And one morning I looked down and I said, you know, it kind of looks like this thing is eating you alive. Without missing a beat, both of Maya's legs stiffly sprang up straight out in front of her. And from above, the picture was complete. A stroller shark was eating and finishing its meal of Maya. She was maybe just over a year old at the time, and I knew right then we were going to be fine. There was also this yellow bucket hat incident. Maya loved this cheap yellow plastic bucket. I still don't know why, but one day I felt compelled to wear it as a hat. She laughed so hard that she had to try it herself, and honestly, she looked better in it than I did. There's a picture coming up later. She got older. She found our traditions. Sunday football kind of became ours. Not just watching, but talking. First downs, scoring, team geography. Obviously, this is important stuff for Maya, who at some point got very bored. So we got into team names, like the Pat Riot, sorry, Rabbi. And of course, the teams that were named after animals she was all about, the Jaguars, the Panthers, the Bengals, the Lions. And then I remembered, of course, the Raiders. And she looked at me with confusion and said something like, Dad, the Raiders aren't cats. I said something like, Maya, look at that logo. Tell me that isn't the softest little pussycat you ever didn't see. She did not agree. She does not agree. We're still working on it. And then there's Big Bear that she talked about every single year since you were 4 years old. We start by camping in a tent, we finish in a cabin, and we cycle around the lake. We kayak, we zip line through treetops, we rock in a hammock, we listen to audiobooks. And at some point, we must have silently challenged each other to see who could fly over their handlebars the furthest. Neither of us has won in any way we're really proud of yet. And I'll just say this, if anyone from the Forest Service or the Lake Patrol is here today, we'd like to thank you sincerely for your patience and the buoy situation. She says it won't happen again, and I think we'll have to see about that.
It was your fault.
But here's what I want to tell you about who Maya actually is, because the camping, the football, the shark stroller even, those are all just the settings. Maya's the story. Maya's emotional intelligence is, without question, just like her mother said, deep. She acts on these immense feelings. This intelligence is higher than most adults I know, and way, way beyond anything I've ever had. She's inclusive. She notices who's been left out. She moves towards them. I've watched her do this, and I am genuinely, I don't know where she got this from, and I think you just kind of arrived with it. You also won't let me kill spiders. She makes me pick them up and makes me move them outside every single time. And I know that sounds like such a small thing, but I believe that one detail, that kind of tells you everything about who she is. Her mitzvah journey, this project at the dog shelter, she's worked with dogs at various stages of their journey. The scared ones, the hopeful ones, the new, the ones who've been there for just a little bit of time, the ones who just need someone to sit with them and give them a hug. She gave far more hours, and so did Sherry, than she ever was required to do. She didn't do it for the credit. She did it because it matters to her. And if you know Maya, that surprises exactly no one. Maya has also changed schools more than once. Every time, she doesn't just survive it, she collects wonderful, wonderful people. These people are loyal, they're kind, she has real friendships everywhere you go. It's amazing. She walks into new rooms alone, and she leaves like she's always belonged there because you do. You still call me out of nowhere, sometimes just to say you really love me and thank you, and then you hang up. No reason, no ask, it's just that. You give me these unsolicited morning hugs, afternoon hugs if I'm lucky. You still bury your head on my chest every once in a while, and you squeeze, and usually you make noise. Those are the best moments. I treasure those. Maya has shared with her mother and I that she wants to continue her Jewish education into confirmation. Honestly, when I was your age, I never even considered that for myself. Your decision changed something in me. I've joined a committee since then that's now focused on keeping young adults like you connected to Judaism long after your B'nai Mitzvah. And I came here thinking in this temple that I was raising you in my faith. And somewhere along the way, you started reminding me to have some as well. Maya, watching you grow has been the single greatest privilege of my life. I deeply admire who you are, and I can't wait to see who you become. I love you more than any of the words I've ever practiced to say.
What a privilege it is to be on this bima where both of your older cousins became bar and bat mitzvah, confirmands, and now here you are rising up in the family line, and it's our honor. Maya, one of the things I realized when hearing you beautifully chant is how often the word holy appears in your Torah portion. The Hebrew for that is kadosh. And it appeared in a whole variety of different forms. And what it made me think about with you specifically is that everywhere you go, you bring a sense of holiness with you. It can be in big ways, it can be in small ways, it can be in the way that you ask questions, in the way you chant or approach text, in the way you say hello. Your entry into space brings holiness. And with your love of animals, it made me think of a specific midrash, a story, which your dad will appreciate, especially because of the memory that he shared vis-a-vis a spider. So there's a story about King David when he was a little boy, that he did what a lot of young children do. He came upon a spider and he wanted to squish it. And all of a sudden the spider calls out, "Stop!" And David heard the spider. And David said to the spider, "Why should I stop? What's in it for me?" And the spider said, "You never know when a small little creature can make a difference in your life." So David thought, "Oh, well, a spider is talking to me. I better listen." But he went on with his life. He saved the spider. Years go by, and there's enemies that are chasing after him when he's on the cusp of becoming the king. And David, who's now an adolescent, he's being chased up a mountain, and he goes into a cave. And at the mouth of the cave is that very same spider. Those of you who know spiders, I know they don't live as long as that, but that very same spider was there. And that spider said, "There's David, the one who didn't kill me. Now I have a chance to do something for him." And the spider wove a web very quickly at the mouth of the cave that David had hidden into. And when the enemies came to follow David, they came to the cave. They saw there was a spider web blocking the cave. And they thought to themselves, "Oh, if anyone went in there, they would have broken the web." So they kept on going. And thus, David's life was saved, and he eventually became the king of Israel. I share this little story thinking again about what your dad said about how you didn't want to kill that spider, that every life had holiness inside of it. Maya, wherever you go, you're constantly reminding us that everything is made for a reason, that there's light in every creature, and that holiness exists whenever we open our hearts and our souls. And just like the patriarch, King David, you are going to create a new kind of light, a new kind of vision, and it's all with the wisdom and the holiness that you've had inside of you since even before you were born. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. We can't wait to see what unfolds as you continue on through confirmation and beyond. We are so proud of you. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Maya, I'm so honored to have known your family, well, specifically your dad, for almost 30 years. So we met each other in my first career when I was working for Cal State Northridge Hillel, and it is so incredible to have seen his Jewish identity really started as a child, but grown throughout the years through Hillel and through his involvement here, and now to watch you and see your Jewish identity, which has flourished through your commitment here, through your participation here. And you really have participated in so many different ways. You have been a part of our Purim Spiels for how many years now?
5.
5, right? For a very long time with your friends over here. And we are so fortunate to have watched you grow through that process. And now through this, through the incredible job that you did, the dedication that you put into this process, and your beautiful voice. You have such a sweet soul, and it comes through in every way, through your voice, through your expression, through the love that you show everyone. So I wanted to ask you a special question. Because of your commitment, because you have gone above and beyond, because of your beautiful voice, I wanted to see if you would agree to be one of my junior cantors. And a junior cantor is someone that goes above and beyond in their studies, in their singing, in their participation in the programs that I have here at Temple Akiba. And they are invited to participate in different opportunities to sing throughout the year. So would you like to be one of my junior cantors?
Yeah.
Yay! Mazel tov!
We're going to invite our 7th graders back forward for a special ritual which will take place beneath, I want to make sure we have the right talit here, beneath the talit. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Sherry, is this the right one here? Okay, this belonged to your father. Wow. So beneath this family talit from your mom's side of the family, and you guys are all going to hold this up. Come underneath it. And this is kind of like a family embrace that is over you being held up by your friends from 7th grade.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's countenance be lifted upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God's countenance always be lifted upon you and grant you the most precious gift, the gift of shalom, of peace. Amen.
Amen.
All right, group hug, everyone.
Drop it on.
You stay here. We'd now like to invite forward, representing our congregation, this president of our synagogue, Jeff Reynolds. Jeff, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for being here.
This is gorgeous. I'm glad that happened. Okay, this might. Hello. Hello. Did I see you get a direct hit on the side of the head with one of the candies?
Yeah.
Well done. I want to congratulate you on behalf of the entire synagogue. You've done a wonderful job. I thought particularly the 6th and 7th verse that you did were so musical. I was sitting there wondering if it's just magic coming from above through you. It really moved me. And I thank you for that, because you don't expect that when you're the board representative. You expect that when you're the parents. So thank you. These are the gifts. This one comes from the sisterhood. That is candles and a thing to drink something out of. And this is the Tanakh, and that's something that I have mine from my bar mitzvah back before cars. And I want to thank you also. We have planted a tree in Israel in your honor. It is there's a picture. And you've helped to make our people better through your actions. You obviously continue to do so. It's wonderful. And finally, a bat mitzvah, certificate. Look at that. Did she not do a great job? I congratulate you. Well done. It's a pleasure to meet you. Is that your candy?
I don't know.
Shabbat Shalom.
We've got another ritual here, and that's the signing of our Lador Vador scroll. Everyone who becomes a bar bat mitzvah has the opportunity to sign it. It says in Hebrew, Orenu me'ir tov yoter yachad. That means our light shines brighter together. This is an original piece of artwork by the late Mordechai Rosenstein. And wow, we got a lot of columns here that are signed. Both of your cousins have signed this. And you are going to be right here. Everyone, Mazel Tov once again. We come now to our concluding prayers that begin with the Aleinu. We're on page 282, 282, right? The second half of the page. And we invite you to please rise once again.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kugei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam b'chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
We're going to remain standing, everyone. And if we turn in our prayer books to page 288, we offer the following reading in preparation for the mourner's Kaddish. When I die, give what's left of me to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We remember now those whose soul print was so important in our lives, who have died, who will always live upon us in from their eternal resting spaces. We remember first the death of a beautiful young person, Benjamin Jacob Karadner. And to the Rosenzweig family, our hearts are holding you so very deeply right now. We also remember Marmee June Davis, Poppy Lee Davis, Savta Suzanne Hess, Manny Podorzer, William Podorzer, Daniel Liebling, Etta Sherman Liebling, Isabel Snyder Podorzer. Are there additional names of those that people are remembering that you would like to share out loud for Kaddish? May their memories guide us all. We share together on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yamad divrach urotei v'yamlich malchotei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael baralau v'izman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam u'amei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudashah barichu le'elam min kol berachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who causes peace in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen.
Amen. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom, which is the last few lines of the prayer that we just read together. But we have a lot of hand clapping with this song, so we invite you actually to put your prayer books back in the seat compartment, either in front of you or behind you. And we are going to invite up your parents, the three of you, to come up for our closing song. What? Oh, where's the spider? Oh, here it is.
Oseh
Shalom
V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom V'Roma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
Mazel tov, Maya! So we are going to ask all of you to remain at your seats just for a moment to allow our 7th graders to go. They're going to help to serve some juice to all of us for our Kiddush. When you receive your cup, please don't drink it. We have a blessing before we're going to ask for you to drink it. And then we're also going to have a chance for our family to make their way out, and then we'll invite all of you to follow. All right, let's go on.